All right, moving on to Tuesday, November 30th, we have our upper body. We have skull crushers, bent arm raises, tricep kickbacks, and L raises and overhead holds. So skull crushers. I didn't realize I was so close to the camera. Bent arm raises, tricep kickbacks, and then we have alternating L raise and overhead hold. So this is your L raise, and then you're just going to pick 1 or 2 weights, overhead hold. Okay, so this time we have 5, 6, or 7 rounds. So again, you're going to choose 5, 6, or 7 rounds. Then you have 10 reps before each exercise. So you're going to do 10, 10, 10, 1, 10, 10, 10, 2. So we have skull crushers, bent arm raise, tricep kickback. So skull crushers, this one is working your triceps. So that's the opposite side of your bicep, the back of your arm. So this one can be done 2 ways. You can use 1 weight or you can use 2 weights. I will show you first with 1. So you're going to grab 1 dumbbell, hold it the long way. You're going to lay back, your knees are bent, your head is on the ground, and you're going to lift your arms straight up over, kind of like, I don't know, your neck, middle of your face, somewhere in that region, okay? And when you do this, you're basically hinging at the elbow. So your arm's going to lower at the elbow. It's going to come down to kind of like your forehead, the top of your head, and you're going to press back up. So notice my shoulders didn't move. Nothing really moved. I just bent down at the elbow, back up. 1. Bend down at the elbow, back up. 2, okay? So that is your skull crusher. You can also do 2 weights independently. So the biggest difference is that it's harder to do 2 than it is to hold on to 1. Because when you have 2, both of your arms are moving separately, so you have to make sure that they're moving together. So what that looks like is same starting position, except you lower, and the weights are going to come on either side of your head, kind of right by your ears, back up. Lower down to the sides of your ears, back up. So this version I like a little bit better because you can go deeper, because obviously if you're doing it in front of your head, you can't go through your head. If you go on the sides of your head, you can go a little bit lower. But as I mentioned, it's more difficult to get your arms to move together. So if you're somebody who doesn't have that great of coordination, I would stick with the 1 dumbbell. If you've done these before or you feel like you're pretty confident, you can do the 2 separate ones, but again, you want to make sure that they're moving together. You don't want one arm faster than the other, or you don't want to be down here and one arm comes up before the other, okay? You want to make sure that you're working them together. So that's the only real difference between doing the 1 or the 2 dumbbells. Bent arm raises. Sometimes I try to mention in my videos whether I'm using a heavier weight or a lighter weight. For me, all of these are going to be done with a lighter weight because it's a lot of tricep, which is the back of your arm, which on most women is not very strong, and a lot of people in general, it's not very strong. So like my skull crushers, I usually use lighter weight. My bent arm raises, this one's kind of a medium for me, but in terms for you guys, if you only have 2 sets, it would be your lighter weight probably. Your bent arm raise. So you're going to start here. So your elbows are kind of at your side. You're holding the dumbbell the up and down way, and you're going to raise at the shoulder. Raise at the shoulder, the dumbbells turn horizontal, come back down, they're back vertical, okay? 1. Raise at the shoulder, back down. 2. Raise at the shoulder, back down. Raise at the shoulder, down. Raise at the shoulder, down. So that one's pretty simple. So basically, you're just doing this, okay? So the only thing I can think of with this one is you want to make sure that you're not doing this, okay? All you're doing is just raising up and down. So you don't want to like go forward. You don't want to turn your wrists down. Everything should stay the same. You're just lifting at the shoulder, dropping the shoulder, lifting the shoulder, dropping the shoulder, okay? Tricep kickbacks. Again, triceps. So similar idea where you're like this, but you're gonna be bent forward. So when you bend forward, you're kind of in that straight leg deadlift position, kind of that hinged position. Your knees are slightly bent, your butt is kind of more back than it is down, and your back is slightly forward, okay? So you're gonna have your elbows by your side, you're gonna be holding the weights like this, and you're just gonna extend at the elbow, return. Extend, return. Extend, return. Extend, return. Extend, return, okay? So when you do that, see this moving? That's your tricep. So that's what you're looking to hit. So for me, I think my elbows are a little bit hyperextended. So like when I was showing my boyfriend, he's like, why are you doing it like so far back? And I was like, that's just how my arm moves. I watched him and his arm didn't move that way. So I think mine goes like a little bit high in the back. Yours might be more like this. Mine just naturally does that. So if yours is not going like that, it's probably just my arm and not you. And then once you finish that, you're gonna move on to round 2. So we have our Tabata timer. So if you look at your timers page, it's gonna show you how you input all the different numbers, like for your HIIT style, for like for tomorrow, for your advanced or your normal or whatever. Well, if you go into your timer app and just hit Tabata, it's set for the original Tabata. So original Tabata means is 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So if I put in your workout schedule, Tabata timer, all you have to do is go to your Tabata timer and hit start. And it's already all set because it is like the definition of Tabata. So we're not changing any of the numbers, we're doing it exactly how it is. So what that means is you have alternating L raise and overhead holds. So 4 rounds each, because you have 8 rounds, you're gonna alternate these 2 exercises. So each exercise will get done 4 times, okay? So your alternating L raise, you're gonna use your lighter weight. Back up a little bit. One arm is gonna come to the front, one arm is gonna come to the side. That's your L. Then you're gonna lower, switch position. Now the other arm's gonna come to the front and the other arm's gonna go to the side. Lower, switch. So this is your alternating L raise, okay? So you wanna make sure that you do it nice and controlled. And the way that you stay controlled is by squeezing your muscles. So if you're just doing it kind of willy-nilly, kind of like I was talking about with the donkey kick, it's really easy to just fly and flop around. If you're doing it with intention and you're contracting your muscles, they're not gonna move. Like when I contract up, I hit that spot and it's not gonna move. I hit that spot, okay? So that's what you wanna think about. Contract, down, switch, contract, down, switch, contract, okay? So again, you should be kind of level. Like I'm usually here. So this is usually straight out in front of me. This is usually as straight up to the side I can get, but notice that it's a little bit in front. I'm not way back here. It's a little bit in front of me, okay? And it's okay if your elbows are a little bit bent, all right? So again, I'm not way out here. I'm at a comfortable, when I raise up my arm, this is where it raises comfortably. It doesn't comfortably raise, back exactly to my side. It raises kind of diagonal forward. So that's where you want to be with your L raise. Down, raise, down, it's gonna beep. You're gonna rest, and then you're gonna switch to your next exercise, which is overhead holds. So this one, you can do 1 or 2 weights. It's usually easier to hold 1. It can be as heavy or light as you want. You're just gonna hold it overhead for the 20 seconds. It's gonna beep, you're gonna put it down. It's gonna beep again, start round 3, you're gonna do your alternating L raises. It's gonna beep, rest, beep again, do your holds. Okay, so you're just gonna follow the beeps. It's gonna be 8 rounds long, which is 4 minutes. And you're just gonna keep alternating, all right? So that's your Tuesday.